Hey guys, along with farming, there are other things you need to know about. There are nodes that you need to connect to get certain things, and I have a little page of certain things that you'll need that you might not be able to get from all the plant drops that you get from farming, although farming is a good way to get a majority of them. Through farming, you can get Monk's Branch and Spirit's Leaf. Bellinose Forest, which I'm in, the Ash Timber, will drop Spirit's Leaf if you ever need it. Treant Forest will give you Bloody Tree Knots. Treant Forest is all the way over here, near Trent. I have it connected right here. Although, I don't seem to have this connected. Visit the node manager. Ah, yeah. I'll do that later. And then to get Old Tree Bark, which you also won't get, it's Northern Plains of Serendia, which if you go to Serendia, about here, this is Northern Plains of Serendia. Now, after that, you're going to want to go to Old Dandelion for red tree lumps, which you also won't get from drops. And Old Dandelion's over here near Calpheon. You'll need to connect through here. And other than that, you should be good, because I don't think... Yeah, you can't have workers here. The goal of this is to try not to spend a lot of CP, so I have one node connected to every town, because you can have one free worker without having to buy... well, except for Heidel, without having to buy lodging for them. I have one connected to every town except for Heidel. Heidel's connected to this for the reasons of copper will give you powder flame as well as copper. You'll need copper in a lot of alchemy. Iron will give you, forget what, powder of darkness and iron, which you'll need for certain alchemy. And we already went through Northern Plains of Serendia. Over here, this one's a little bit more confusing and a little bit unneeded. If you don't want to spend this much CP, and if you haven't explored over here, this drops Monk's Branch, but you can get Monk's Branch from drops in your farm. So if you don't want to spend CP, and you would rather get Spirit's Leaf and Monk's Branch from your farms, you don't have to connect these two nodes, which could save you a lot of CP. And right now, besides Alchemy, I have a level 6 Mains Hideout, which is really nice for getting Trace of Savagery, which you will need in Alchemy. You get every boss kill, which is the giant main hairs. Every boss kill, I get about 20 Trace of Savagery, which is more than enough. You don't specifically need to invest in a node, since the boss does drop Trace of Savagery irregardless, but it just drops more since I have it upgraded. Other than that, you can get Trace of Ascension from Delph Knight's Castle or Delph Outpost by the Harpies. Harpies will drop Ascension. If you go over to Helms and you farm Helms, you'll get certain traces, and if you farm Elrics, you'll get certain traces. You can look up all the traces in Black Desert Database, which I will link in the description below since I don't want to go over it. Trust me, there are a lot of them. You'll specifically need Trace of Earth, Trace of Origin, Trace of Savagery, and Trace of Ascension up until you get to about Skilled. Once you get to Skilled, you're going to need a lot more. But start off with Trace of Savagery and Trace of Ascension, since those are your essentials at the beginning. Other than that, node-wise, there's not much else you have to connect. Focus on those three, and you can add on these two if you want them. Otherwise, just 3 and farming should be good. And as long as you followed my first farming tutorial, you should be completely good to go on the alchemy side of everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to have you follow along for more and tell me if there's anything else you want me to go over. I will go over it and I will post it. You guys can share it, you can like it, you can do whatever you want with it. I just want this out here so that other people can learn at an easier pace that they might not be able to on their own. It took me maybe a couple hours of research to figure out all this stuff beforehand, like the cheapest ways to get certain things. And it's not all bad. It's not difficult, it just... if you want to do it automatically without having to go out and harvest, you can also get workers to work on your farm if you click here. You can send workers out to there. But you shouldn't need to, since it's something that you can easily do yourself and you get better drops if you do it yourself. Trust me, you should do it yourself. It's a good idea. And any extra seeds you get whenever you do any plant breeding, like if you don't need the extra seeds, you can either save them in case you get fucked over in the future, or you can sell them. And they do sell. Trust me, they do sell. Other than that, not much more for notes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoy.